How are we doing? A wee bit of a break in the routine with having a week off in the Championship. How's that benefited the squad?
I think we've missed having a game, to be honest with you. We've had a few bumps and bruises and things like that, as every squad has, but listen, other than that, it's just frustrating not having a game last weekend. Would have been ideal to get the friendly game in against Dundee United, but unfortunately we had a little bit of sniffles on the squad, which meant we were pushing it to put a team out, a competitive team out. So yeah, it was a shame we never had a game last week, but listen, we're all systems go for Saturday.
And how are we feeling for Saturday, heading up to Partick Thistle? Last time he's played, that was quite a roller coaster here, and he's expecting a similar game, or if he's learned from the last time, I'm going to try and maybe control the game and not let it go from end to end as much this time.
I think that's Championship, stereotypical Championship game. It will be end to end. There's loads of anomalies in this game, with ex-managers and ex-players and bits and pieces like that. Partick, rightly so, being one of the favourites on paper at the beginning of the season to have a say at the top end of the league. We're up there at the moment, so they'll want to put us in our place. Listen, that's Championship football, that's week to week, it's the exact same, and it'll be the same the week after that and the week after that. No, we'll go up there and give it our best shot, and hopefully we can come out the other end with a similar result as last time.
Awesome. Andy, I seem to remember you rattling a shot from almost 30 yards out the last game against Partick Thistle. We're hoping to make sure it goes in this time, and how are you feeling for Saturday ahead of it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. With the weekend off, it was good to just recharge and have a good week's training before the game, so we're looking forward to the game.
And just touching on the training early again, obviously you've seen the weather outside is not great for the Astroturf Parks. How has that affected training this week? Is there anything different?
Nah, since we've walked in the door as a group and as a squad, we've always tried to use the mantra like no excuses. Let's get on with it, let's deal with it. If it's hard and frosty out there, you deal with it. If it's cold, fine. If it's roasting hot and they're having to run around a big pitch in pre-season, no excuses, you get on with it. And to be fair, they've bought into that. They're a good group of lads that understand how difficult this league is, but they're also desperate to continue the good form they've shown.
And then earlier on today, Partick Thistle put out a statement to say that they've switched on the undersoil heating and that they're hoping that they'll make the game on Saturday. How do you see the pitch playing up there?
If the undersoil's on, then the pitch will be fine. Absolutely no problem. Delighted they've done that because obviously I think the game might have been in the balance if they hadn't. So that's great. That allows us to focus on the game, get up to Firhill, get ready for a really, really tough game, really competitive game. And as I say, our aim is to get 3 points of it. I'm sure Ian's aim will be the exact same, to get 3 points for Partick Thistle.
Now, you mentioned there about slight injuries and also the illness that went through the squad last week. How are the players, how fit are they just now?
I've still got a few bumps and bruises, but as I say, every team gets it. So one thing we're not going to do is use it as an excuse. We've got a squad of players there that whenever called upon, they've done great. Whenever somebody's come off the bench and not started, whenever somebody has had to go into the team when somebody else is injured or on a poor run of form, so as far as I'm concerned, we're fine. We're going to be missing 1 or 2 players, but no problems.
Murty, I believe you're now one of the longest serving players in the team, and you played under Ian McCall. What do you think his approach will be to this match on Saturday?
Probably just, from what I remember, just start fast, get an early goal. That'll be his approach. So we might need to just match that for the first 15-20 and go from there. Okay,
and another slightly more embarrassing question for you. I hear you've been a member of a boy band this week with Dara, Nick and Paddy doing some singing for the SPFL.
Yeah, it wasn't really what I was wanting to do, kind of get forced into it by Dara, but we've done our jobs.
So is there any chance of this band being signed up?
Nah, that's it, it's over.
I'll let you be the judge of that, Callum.
And Murdy, we've got 2 games left in December, is it? And you're sitting at the top of the table. If you keep playing the way that you are, there's no doubt saying that you could be at the top of the table again at the end of the year. How have you sort of pictured this season going? Did you picture this happening when you first started out?
I thought at the start of the season, through the League Cup games, I know we were struggling to score at the time, but I always thought we were having good performances, and that was the main thing. And we managed to carry that into the season, performances, and then we picked up results. So as long as we keep performing well, we know we'll get results.
And what do you think it's all down to, this good performance?
I think there's a real togetherness with this squad, and knowing that when anyone comes out, that somebody's going to come in and do well.
And have you got any personal goals that you want to set yourself until the end of the season now, that you are in form and playing the way that you want to?
Not really, to be honest. I just want the team to do well. I just want to finish as high as we can.
In Murdoch, Lee's often said how much of a valuable player you are to the centre of the United team out there, and how when you're not in the team you're really missed. How does it feel as a player to kind of really back the manager and the staff around you?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, I don't really know what to say to that, but just go out there and do my job, to be honest. And then I know that if I'm not playing, I think Paul or Bangs or Ben, they'll pick up if I'm not there, so it should be fine.
And then Callum also touched on just earlier on that you're one of the longest serving players now at the club. Been a lot of change over your time. How have you kind of overseen that change?
Yeah, it's been the last couple of years, especially through COVID and that, there's been a lot happening. It's changed massively for the better, so the club's structurally in a better position, I think, now.
And another thing that's been talked about quite a lot is yourself and Ben's partnership in the centre midfield. You're forming quite a formidable partnership in there. How do you find playing alongside him, and how do you think you can complement each other?
I think Ben's been brilliant since he's came in, even when he came in last year. Just a shame that he got injured towards the end of the season. But he's a composed player, he's calm on the ball, and I think that helps the team a lot when it comes into the middle. He just puts his foot down, gets hold of the ball, so I'm enjoying playing with him.
Lee, 2 big games over the next couple of weeks. How important is it to finish the year off on a high note?
Oh, it'd be nice. Important, yeah. It would be. I'll say it's more nice than important, because we're well aware that you win these next couple of games, then you've got maybe a little bit of daylight or pushing towards creating a little bit of a gap. But you lose the 2 and you can be down 4th or 5th place. Morton lost 1 or drew 1 game and dropped from 2nd down to 4th straight away. It's that tight. So as I say, it's going to be like that all season. But they're 2 great games, actually 3 great games in a row if you include Morton, who, again, a lot of people would never have had Ayr United or Morton at the top of the league if they were having a bet at the beginning of the season. But there are a lot of doubters wrong, and we're ourselves personally, we're hoping to continue proving these people wrong if we can. But we know, listen, Partick's a tough game, Dundee's a tough game, and Morton's a tough game. We're almost halfway through the season, 1 more game and we're halfway there. It would be nice to still be top of the league after it, but there's certainly quite a big hurdle in front of us at Firhill before we can be happy with that.
Saying that it's nice rather than important, is that almost a testament to the belief in the squad, knowing that if you do have that off week and points don't go the way that you are confident you can climb back up that table?
I think it's clear within the squad that we know that there will be bumps in the road along the way, and it could come in the space of a 2-week period. You could suddenly lose 3 games. That's the nature of this league, as has been proven by other teams. But we're also secure in ourselves as a group of players and a squad of players that we'll be able to handle that, and we'll come out the other side a bit stronger. Now, ideally, you just don't want to go through those bumps in the road, but that would be a little bit naive to think that you can go through the full season without a little bit of different form here or there, or a couple of off days here and there. So I'm not going to say we're expecting it, we're hoping to avoid it, but we're not scared of it.
Andy, how do you sort of echo that sense of keeping your feet firm on the ground and taking it 1 game at a time through the squad?
Well, playing in this league as long as I have now, I think it's always just 1 game at a time, because the games change each week. The halves even, like we could be winning 2-0 comfortably, then in the second half you could score 3. It happens all the time, so we just need to keep ourselves firmly on the ground, keep our feet on the ground.